So you say Iran is so weak. I appreciate you saying that. They're not weak. They're very strong right now, and we're not going to allow them to have a nuclear weapon. It's very simple.
Donald Trump's return to the White House has certainly sent ripples across the world.
I, Donald John Trump, do solemnly swear.
The 47th President of the United States has promised to make America great again.
To make America great again.
He has already imposed tariffs on China and sanctions on Iran. In a major message to West Asia, Trump hosted Israeli Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu at the White House. Netanyahu is the first foreign leader to visit the Oval Office after Trump's re-election, and their meeting reaffirms America's support to its closest West Asia ally, Israel. Tensions between Israel and Iran have simmered down since the ceasefire began with Hamas last month. For years, Hamas has been a proxy of Iran, and the Palestinian group heavily relies on Tehran for its operations. The war against Hamas became a flashpoint for Iran and Israel, and the two countries even traded blows twice last year. But with the ceasefire in effect, Israel and Iran are arming and preparing for what comes next. Donald Trump.
Iran was in big trouble when I left. They were broke. They didn't have money for Hamas. They didn't have any money for Hezbollah. You had no problem. October 7th could have never happened. When I left, October 7th could have never happened. And frankly, Russia and Ukraine, as I said, could never have happened. They became very strong very fast. They sold massive amounts of oil to China and everybody else who would not buy the oil when I was president, because we said, don't buy the oil. And they became very rich very quickly. But they're not weak. They're not weak. They're strong. Doesn't mean they won't be weak. But you know what? We just don't want them to have a nuclear weapon. They can't have a nuclear weapon.
We also see eye to eye on Iran. That's the same Iran that tried to kill us both. They tried to kill you, Mr. President. They tried through their proxies to kill me. We're both committed to rolling back Iran's aggression in the region and ensuring that Iran never develops a nuclear weapon.
As Netanyahu embraces Trump, Tehran has reached out to Russian President Vladimir Putin. In the run-up to the Israeli Prime Minister's Washington visit, Iran and Russia signed multiple deals. The two countries signed a strategic partnership, with Putin even promising to help Iran with its nuclear projects.
At the moment, we are discussing the possibility of construction of additional nuclear power units. Yes, there are delays. It is due to issues in transactions, payment. It is no secret for anybody. But nevertheless, work continues and moves forward.
The steps that have been taken are very important steps. It opens a new chapter in relations between us and the government of our beloved and brotherly nation, the Russian Federation, and day by day, we will be able to move forward together under the leadership that has taken shape in this bilateral relationship.
Iran did not walk away with just energy deals, but even weapons, and that too one of the world's most advanced 4.5 generation fighter jet, the Sukhoi 35. As Trump returns to power, Iran has been on a military modernization spree. Iran has purchased the Russian Su-35 jets. 2 aircraft have already been delivered, and the remaining 48 will be delivered within 2 years. The Su-35s will replace Iran's aging fighter fleet. They're made of US-made F-14 Tomcats and F-4 Phantoms. The Su-35 is a single-seat, twin-engine, 4.5 generation fighter jet. It has an Irbis multi-mode passive electronically scanned array radar or PESA. The aircraft has 12 hardpoints and can carry up to 8,000 tons of weapons, which include guided and unguided bombs, air-to-air missiles, cruise missiles, and nuclear-capable payloads. The aircraft was inducted in the year 2008. It's operated by Russia and China, and now even Iran. Though Tehran has turned to Putin for cutting-edge fighter jets, it has also unveiled several new weapons, including an indigenous attack drone to honor the sacrifices of Palestinians in Gaza. Tehran has unveiled its most advanced and lethal drone of the Shahed series yet. Nicknamed Gaza, the Shahed 149 is a high-altitude, long-endurance unmanned combat aerial vehicle. It's Iran's largest drone ever and can carry up to 12 guided or unguided bombs at a single time. The drone has a range of up to 7,000 kilometers and can fly non-stop for 24 hours. Along with the Shahed 149 Gaza drone, Iran also test-fired a new weapon. During large-scale military drills, Iran fired the Qadr 380. It's an anti-ship cruise missile that has a range of up to 1,000 kilometers. And that wasn't it. Tehran showcased its newest ballistic missile, the Etemad, which means truth in Persian. The Etemad is a medium range ballistic missile. It has a range of 1,700 kilometers and can strike any part of Israel. It has a guided warhead that can steer the missile until impact. And, according to the Iranian Revolutionary Guard Corps, the missile has been developed to carry both conventional and nuclear warheads. The Iranian president oversaw the unveilings of the Etemad and the Qadr 380, along with the other latest weapons that were on display. Masoud Pezeshkian then announced that Iran would continue to make more ballistic and cruise missiles as a deterrent against Israel and the United States.
We must continue on the path we are on. We still have a way to go to reach the summits we need to reach. We must not tire on this path, and we must support these dear ones, and we must prepare the ground for their development and expansion and the vast fields of development that lies ahead of us.
Trump has already said that he would rather not bomb Iran's nuclear facilities and find a way to have a dialogue with the Islamic regime.
I say this, and I say this to Iran, who's listening very intently. I would love to be able to make a great deal, a deal where you can get on with your lives and you'll do wonderfully. You'll do wonderfully. Incredible people, industrious, beautiful, just an unbelievable group of people in Iran. And I know them well, have many friends from Iran and many friends that are Americans from Iran, and they're very proud of Iran. But I hated to do it, just so you understand. And I hope we're going to be able to do something so that it doesn't end up in a very catastrophic situation. I don't want to see that happen.
Tehran too has signaled its willingness to engage with Trump. However, with Netanyahu in the picture, Trump's approach towards Iran could be quite different. After all, Trump would prefer to work with Israel rather than Iran, even if it means taking the West Asian region to the brink of another war.
We're calling this show Vantage. We hope you like what we've put together for you. Touted as the minimum defense from that video. India's neighbors were the first to send the special edition of Vantage live from the White House throughout this week. Yes, Hindu Mandir in we're on our way to Tel Aviv. City measure, but it's also the perfect way to drive.
I don't think that
Prime Minister of Bhutan, Shahed, welcome to
60% of the world's
office. Prime Minister Modi did the iron. We were actually. How are you doing? How do you like? It's been 1 year since that meeting. Iron bars separate you from the outside. Out the vote effort. Trump had, it says, and at $4.3 trillion. 4.3 300 billion by 2030. That's what we need to tackle climate change.